From my experience, fear factor kicks in quite a bit early on. If they're not into it, it doesn't happen. It just ticks the box. The business goes from costing to making a profit. There are only two things that they really need to do that.
Stewart Miller, you have been opening hotel gyms, here in the Middle East. You're consulting on hotel gyms. Where do you see the biggest opportunities are to get that foundation of longevity right without having to spend too much money?
From my experience over the last 25 years in the fitness space, fear factor kicks in quite a bit early on when the hotels look at the amount of square meterage that's required in order to build something that's sustainable, that the customers will report positively on. Because generally, when we stay or when we do research and we stay in hotels around the world, Dubai is a little bit more spoiled, and the Middle East is a little bit more spoiled than most markets, but generally the gyms are placed in the basement without windows, relatively small, and a lot of big equipment. And the industry shifted. The industry shifted to more functional work. The industry shifted to more body weight work. And the industry shifted to a slightly different type of workout besides just a treadmill is not good enough anymore. And the hotels that we work with understand that. And the hotels that we work with are doing everything they can to put their best foot forward. But we all know that budgets play a big part of it as well. And from where we're sitting, we see that the hotel industry is probably in the best position possible to really disrupt the fitness space because they have some of the most incredible properties in great locations. And they look at the fitness studio or the gym within their location as a cost center. We try to encourage our clients and the industry to look at it as a profit opportunity. By just changing one or two metrics and looking at the same business just with a slightly different lens, the business goes from costing, or the space goes from costing a couple of $100,000 a year to making a profit. And there are only two things that they really need to do that. And it's often, as we know, not about always spending money, but really focusing on what the customers want. So it's number one, understanding your customers, which you know very well. You're selling sleep, they're coming to your location because they trust you, that you understand that space. So you have details of who they are. Before they arrive, it's understanding what they like so that you can also accommodate them in your space. But you have a set demographic, so it's offering the right products to that demographic. The second part of it is to encourage the outside community to come and also work out in your space. Now, it's not available to every hotel. They don't have that ability, but you can limit with technology now how many outside visitors come in. You're quite happy for an outside visitor to come and take a chair in the lobby, in the cafe or in a restaurant and pay you, and that becomes a profit center. But if there's an empty bike or a treadmill or a workout bench, why wouldn't you accept him to pay for that as well? There's high density populated communities which would also like to work out in some of your fabulous gyms and some of your locations. Just having the latest equipment and having a space is enough for them to actually come into the space.
Addressing what the longevity customer is looking for, but also everybody, because ultimately longevity is not a luxury, it's a necessity for everybody. Where would you say the quickest wins are, Stewart, when you work with them?
The first thing to consider is, if I'm building or I'm advising and working with a group around a new hotel, is to also show them that the wellness traveler spends 56% more than a normal traveler. And the wellness traveler is not someone that's gone on a yoga retreat. Because GWI does a report, and the GWI report states that their tier 1 and their tier 2 sections within the report show that 78% of the travelers are tier 2. So 78% of the wellness traveler budget is in tier 2, and tier 2 is your general traveler. So that's us when we go on business, that's us when we go on a general holiday. We want to stay at a place that can accommodate us from the food, from the actual fit out and from the space itself. But more importantly, if they want to hit the numbers, you'd rather have a wellness traveler staying in your location than a general traveler, because you're going to get 56% more spend. That's the first thing I'd concentrate on. The second thing I'd concentrate on is get the whole team involved, because just like you said, Judith, the GM or the CEO of the group is into health and wellness, then there's an element of it that's at a relatively good level. If they're not into it, it doesn't happen. It just ticks the box. So it's about getting the entire team excited about the offering. And when you build a facility where you can invite the outside public Why can't your team also use it at certain times in the day and also have access to the facility? So that would probably be my real focus at the beginning. I think the word wellness is going to still be defined. I think it's thrown around too much at the moment, quite general. But in the current state that it's in, it's the restaurant business. You could say in the restaurant business, hotels are quite happy to bring brands into their locations and partner with them on a revenue share model. They fit it out the way that they want. They stick to brand guidelines. They identify what restaurant brand resonates with their demographic or the offering that they wish to have, but they don't do it in the fitness and in the wellness space. And there are a number of fabulous brands out there that are looking for growth and that are looking for places to go. I would really encourage you to lean into that and think about what brands resonate with you and resonate with your demographic and your customers, and reach out to them and talk to them, because not everything has to be within your location. It could be around your location or it could be brought to your location. But wouldn't it be nice when a client comes to you for 2 nights, the revenue that he pays you or she pays you is not the only time you see revenue from them, because you can enjoy recurring revenue with other services that they might get wherever else they go to after your location.
Thank you.